Hello, good evening, and welcome to Umbral Equinox Dusk Lufenia against the Erode Mantises. These guys are Arciella's bosses, but they're a hell of a lot easier here than they were in her LC. And the reason is that the orb has changed. Now, you may remember that in the LC, their orb was related to having to dispel them of buffs, which was a real pain because you had to let them get turns and I think not use the HP silence, which is very unintuitive if you've just pulled Arciella, but no such difficulty here. I'm just going to press Heaven's Wrath with Ashe here, and there's a reason for that. There's the speed down, which is of course nice when you're not letting the boss get turns, and we'll come to that in a second. But Ashe actually has a terrible max bravery stat, and it took me a horrendous amount of time to actually notice this about her, and it's part of why she often seems like she's hitting very weak numbers. And Heaven's Wrath gives her a very, very relevant max brave buff that she doesn't start with. So I actually quite like to start with that and delay the Nescience's Verdict, maybe even until some of my characters have used an EX already, so you get the EX back-to-back, which matters a lot with characters like Seifer, who have very, very powerful EXs. Now, I mentioned the orb was different, and you've probably noticed that I've been delaying them a lot and put on all my debuffs, because we're doing a no-boss turn run, because there's simply no reason to give them a turn anymore. The new orb, which is just about to come, is instead make sure their bravery is below 5,000 at the end of the turn, which is exceedingly simple to do, especially when you've got a lot of AoE attacks. Now, this doesn't really raise the orb, it raises it as much as the orb gets lowered every turn. So you can only boost it during a summon phase or a burst, but it's very, very straightforward to maintain otherwise. They have some large brave gains, but so long as they're debuffed or you have instant breakers, there's not much to worry about there. You may have also noticed as the orb came up that the characters got debuffed with something called Fluke, which is an HP poison that also lowers your stats a bit. So I've actually brought Mogcall here to help deal with that. It's probably not very important to deal with it, especially with Ashe's HP regen. It only lasts 3 turns, but I thought better safe than sorry and make sure that my damage stays up. But aside from that, there's not really much to say about this fight. I'm simply going to bully them with Sabin's fantastic on-demand 2-turn delays. You get 7 of them at least, not counting 3 turns from Tiger Break. And just consistent delays from Seifer, plus a little bit of turn manipulation from Ashe. So you can really easily shut them out from ever getting turns if they don't give you a reason to give them turns. Incidentally, these are 3 of my favourite characters in the game. Oh, look at that Aura Cannon launch. Sabin loves a launch. But yeah, these are probably my 3 favourite characters to run at the moment. They're all blue, and it's nice to have a fight where I can use them. They work really well together, frankly. You know, Sabin and Seifer fantastic at maintaining those long delay periods. And Ashe enables both of them with very nice EX recharge. You know, Sabin gets a lot out of that, and Seifer gets even more. We're about to get to the second threshold where they put Fluke on again. Slightly stronger version, the 5-stack one rather than the 3, but we've got Mogcall to deal with it again. Actually a very nice call for dealing with small amounts of impactful debuffs, like we might see here if this weren't quite such an easy fight. I found that these Equinoxes are considerably simpler. I think I mentioned that in my Twilight video. But the turn counts are a lot more forgiving, even when you're running these potential TCC X-Treme challenges with no burst, no friend unit, no synergy. But I think that's all I really have to say about the fight until we get right to the end. So I think instead I'm going to talk about something else, which is my YouTube channel, which seems to have blown up in the past few days, ever since I started my In 30 Seconds series, which has been a lot of fun to do, and it's been really nice that so many people have engaged with the stuff I've made. I've had some really, really nice words from a lot of lovely people. And I've had a lot of support from a lot of people, so I'd like to say a couple of thank yous, I think. So first of all, thank you to Blart for sort of inspiring me to make a bit of a YouTube channel. I've watched your videos for a very long time, and, well, I say very long, as long as I've been sort of interested in the game, and yeah, it's been really, really nice to sort of chat to you more recently, and hear a lot of your nice compliments. And also, just shout-outs to everybody in the in that server on Discord. TCC is a really nice server to be in, lots of interesting people to talk to. But, you know, shout-outs to people like Raw Life, Black Cloud, honestly, for signal boosting me. I don't think my Setzer video would have done nearly as well if he hadn't been kind enough to do a post about it. And honestly, just thanks to everyone who has been so nice and supportive. It means a hell of a lot. To have reached 100 subscribers in such a short amount of time is... well, it's honestly very strange. But I've been enjoying it a lot, and I will continue to do a lot more in the future, so rest assured of that. Honestly, I'm just surprised that no one else had done it before me. Actually, I should probably shout out to Sinewave as well for having the idea. I absolutely poached his character analysis in 30-second idea, so I own quite a lot on that front. Right, we're getting towards the end of the fight here. Oh, big damage. I mean, when you're seeing 300,000 on one target, 150 on the other, and you're not calling that a DPS unit? Yeah, Seifer is... I think one of the nice things about Seifer is the defense down he brings. And you see, that would be the end of the fight, except I messed up. If you kill them not at the same time, one of them gets 10% of its HP back. But the turn counts are so manageable here that it really doesn't matter. It doesn't add too many turns on. But I think that's going to be about it for this fight. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow for Equinox Noctis, which is a much more interesting fight. So I'll love you and leave you, and catch you later.